to set the stage further for tonight, is a man who, mashallah, I just had the opportunity to meet and already has left a deep impression on my heart and just in that one interaction I've already had with him. And this is Sheikh Abu Bakr, who is one of the pillars of the Masjid Dawah community. NDIC, mashallah, jazakallah khairan. He is one of the founders of this effort, and he has traveled the world through the work of da'wah and tabligh, and he is very well known and respected in the community, and especially the community he serves. Just to let you know the insight that I had with this man just a few minutes ago, making my way to greet him outside, I met him, and the man began to cry and tear, saying, Jazakallah khairan. Yet I had not done anything other than pay for my registration, which I think they're probably still checking if I paid or not. But this man began to weep, saying, Jazakallah khairan, for helping our community. A man of deep ikhlas, I can tell, and I ask him to, inshallah, please set the stage for us this evening. Sheikh Abu Bakr, remind us, inshallah, please. Bismillah. I know as we're opening up the backside, we can just request some of the children maybe to keep it down, and as everyone gets situated, just kind of keep it down throughout the night. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. My respected brothers and sisters, I wish you could help me through this one, but I don't think you can. And I'm going to try to get through this. I got 10 minutes. First, I think Allah, and we must always keep reminding each other that Allah is in charge, and Allah makes everything happen. And this event, all the praises is due to Allah, no one else. Everything that has happened, everything that is happening, everything that's going to happen, all praises is due to Allah, not to no individual or any personality. First of all, I'd like to thank Allah for these brothers and sisters that has come from India. Because Allah has used you well. I have been with you for about 39 years. I started with you. You were the ones that came and got me and welcomed me and took care of me. And I highly respect you. You have buried my mother, who was Muslim. You have buried my wife, who was Muslim. And I expect that when I pass away, that you bury me. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Masjid Dawah, but as I look at you, you are so dear to me. And I hope that all the Muslims will understand who you are and how Allah has used you. And I hope they can get past your shortcomings and look at the good that you have done and that you are doing. You're my teachers. I had many teachers, but you're one of my main teachers. There was an elderly, I got 10 minutes, and I won't be able to do it in 10 minutes. I'll just have to cut it off. An Afro-American brother, one day, he told me, he said, one day some people are going to come get you and take you around the world and teach you Islam. I asked him, I said, who are these people? Where would they come from? He said, they will come from India. I said, when and where will I meet them, and how will I be able to afford to go around the world? He said, all that has been arranged. Don't worry. And sure enough, it came to pass. The first place I went to was India for 4 months, and that was the greatest experience I ever had. And they taught me very well. And when I came back to America, I got busy. What happened was, I was giving so much dawah to people in my locality. People who have been thrown away, who have been hurt, who have been damaged. And I was giving them dawah. And then I left my business for the pleasure of Allah. I said that now I'm going to get ready to practice Islam 24 hours a day. And then at that point, there was a man by the name of Joey. He was an Italian fellow who owned the building which I was renting from in my clothing store. I wrote him a letter when I was in India, and it touched his heart. And when I came back, he told me, he said, I have some office spaces upstairs over the shop. He said, and I would like for you to take one of these places and make a temple or masjid or church or whatever you want to do for free. I knew that was from Allah. I was so happy. And I was going to the south side visiting the Arab brothers at that time. And there was a brother by the name of Abdul Qudus. He's an Afro-American brother. He was studying to be a priest and he became a Muslim. And he was working for a brother named Hassan from Egypt. He passed away, Hassan. And he was living in Hassan's store, and he was running his store. And I used to go to him and ask him to give me some names of some brothers I can visit. So one day I went to him and I told him that my landlord has given me some space upstairs for a masjid. What name do you think I should name the masjid? He said, Masjid Dawah. I said, why? He said, because you're always giving dawah. So that's how Masjid Dawah became Masjid Dawah. Now, it was 3 phases in Masjid Dawah. The first phase was a little small office space, and it lasted for about maybe 6 or 7 years. And the only brothers that were supporting it was Muslim brothers, Afro-Americans from the south side. There was none on the west side. The only Muslims on the west side was the followers of Elijah Muhammad. And we didn't see eye to eye in terms of Islam, but I always treated them nice, and I knew a lot of them because I grew up with them. Then after that, 6 or 7 years, then another group of Afro-Americans came to me. The first group in the first phase was business people from the community, family people. The second phase was those Afro-American brothers who had embraced Islam, some of them, in the penitentiary. And when they came out, I met them. That was the second phase. And one day I was on Jola and a brother from Pakistan was in the store that I used to have. And we didn't have a masjid. This was 6 years after the first Masjid Dawah. And he said, why don't you go see the landlord? He was a Korean fellow. He said, maybe he'll give you the place upstairs, which used to be a tailor shop. Big, huge place. So I went to this man. When I walked into his office, I asked him that I wanted to rent the place that he had upstairs, which was vacant, because no one wanted the place, because it was a tailor shop, and so many people used to come up there and stick the place up, because it was off limit. It was upstairs, where it was very quiet. So he looked at me, he said, here's the keys. I said, what about the lease? He says, no lease for you. I said, what's the price? He said, give me $400 a month. And all the other stores underneath the store of the Masjid Phase 2, there was about 6 shops up underneath me that the Masjid was covering. They were paying $700, $800. He told me $400. No lease, and he gave me the keys right away. Then I got busy in Phase 2, and these brothers started coming out of the jail, and they found their way to Phase 2 Masjid Dawah. And then they went in the path of Allah. And then after that, then Phase 3 took place. The building burned down. And all the stores and everywhere, it was an electrical problem, burnt down. But Masjid Dawah, as you always hear strange stories about fires and masjids, wasn't burnt down. It was destroyed by water that had gotten into the place and froze, and it destroyed everything. Now we're in Phase 3, and those brothers are doing very well, and you are still here assisting us as Muslims, and I really appreciate it, and I just hope that the American brothers can see you as I see you, and I hope that more of them come and be with you and practice deen with you, because I've been with you for 38, 39 years, and I really appreciate all of you all very much. And I was only supposed to speak 10 minutes, and I think my 10 minutes is up. 30 seconds. And I can't condense what I really want to tell you. What I really want to tell you would take hours, in detail. But some brothers are here who are interested, and they're telling me, one brother, he told me he will not leave me until I give him as much history about Islam in America. There's a certain history that has taken place that a lot of people don't know about. The history of Elijah Muhammad, a lot of people know. Noah Drew Ali, a lot of people know. But a lot of people don't know the history of the Afro-Americans in the ghetto. They came from broken families and broken homes and come out of jail, went into jail as mad people and came out as holy people. Many people don't know their history, and that history has to be recorded. And that last phase of people who came in the second phase was incredible. They were a bunch of young kids from the age of 9 to 10, 11 years old, roaming the streets. And their mothers was on crack, and they didn't know their father. And they had no place to stay. If they didn't get home early and get in a space in a bedroom, they had to walk the streets. They came to Masjid Dawah. They were 8, 9, 10 years old. And when they came, it did something to me, and they wrecked the place. They used to make noise, and they used to just irritate us, and they were just kids. We fed them, and we did all we could. And out of all of them, one who was the leader of them, he's here now. He's 19 now. And he's married Islamically. He works for a Muslim brother that gave him a job, which is from Pakistan, in our neighborhood. And he's doing quite well. All his family embraced Islam, but they're suffering. They're still suffering from the pains and the things that they're still going through out there in the streets. So I want you all to, because you all, du'as are very precious, and Allah has used you all tremendously in this country. You just don't know. And I want you to make dua for us. And this is a great favor of Allah. This was a great favor. This is what's happening right now. This is from Allah. And if I've done anything or said anything to any of you all, please forgive me. And please make dua with us. And I know that you're with us. And you are doing wonderful work. And please continue on, inshallah. And thank you very much, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah.